morning, friends. It's Nancy, and I have something special to show you. So this is my covered spine, soft spine, made with vintage lace, and the little 1834 embroidered there. I created this using this book. It was a commonplace book that I purchased at an antique bookstore a couple weeks ago, I guess, and it's really special. So I will take my time going through so that you can enjoy some of the things that I've put in here. Measurements first, 7.5 by just about 5, and a 2-inch spine. I posted a video on over Christmas about how I did this spine, so you can go back and look and see if it's a technique you'd like to try. This cover is leather, and just look at the image, front and back. So we have some I don't know, water gods maybe holding up this fountain. There's some willow, an urn here, and a garland of fruit, and these look like holly leaves actually. So all kinds of beautiful things there. The inside, I've left the original paper. I'm just kind of tilting it so you can enjoy the pattern on that. And then this is vintage lace, so that's what's holding the signatures into place. Now this is a hidden hollow back spine. We have 9 signatures, and I think there's about 216 pages in here altogether. Some of the pages are from the original book. So this was the first page of the original book, and it's dated April 12th, 35. And just look how this is all handwritten. It says, come in my album, you're welcome to look, but know that the penalty is whoever reads my verses must add to my book and leave stanzas for others to quiz. So it's a little poem. So this one's dated 1844. The reason I've called the book 1834 is because one of the pages, when I held it up, had a watermark that said 1834. This is some coffee dyed paper, or sorry, tea dyed paper, and it looks like this, and this will be going in my shop. There's 3 yards or 3 meters in every package, and it does tea dye quite nicely. Some hand crocheted lace that I stitched. Everything in the book is hand stitched. The soft spine was machine stitched, but otherwise everything was hand stitched. Turn it over, and I've got this little picture of some fashions from the day. I considered getting out my watercolors. Let me just grab. Well, I don't see it handy, but I have a book of 1870s fashions where someone's gone in with watercolor and painted the dresses to give them color. So these aren't old, maybe the dress fashion. The fashion is old from the period, but the book that I cut these from is not old, maybe 1950s. And I've just put it on some book page there. These pages, these were all cut from a book dated 1767. And I've got a lot of these pages in here. They're just so beautiful to look at. And I have seen in many, many, many old books, before there was such a thing as, you know, sticky tape, they would repair books by stitching them. I just saw an old speller in my stash where there was a corner tore right off, and then somebody stitched it on with thread, white thread. So I chose the pages that had blank areas so that there would be places to stick a little picture or write a little note. This is from a book about operas. I have no idea what this is. This is from an old book. Oh, History of New York. Here's another one of those pages from the Voltaire. So I stitched this half piece on with some cross stitches. Hand stitched this old lace on. Here's another fashion plate. This is from the original Commonplace book. This one's dated 1853. The Tear of Sympathy. No radiant pearl which crested fortune no gem that twinkling hangs from beauty's ears, not the bright stars which night's blue arch adorn, nor rising suns that gild the vernal morn, shine with such luster as the tear that breaks for others, wax down virtue's many cheeks. The Tear of Sympathy. This one's dated 1855. Forget me not, oh, never let thy love be once forgot. Forget one when I then forget. I'll then forget, then not. I don't know what that means. Here's some crocheted lace that's been stitched on, just a running stitch. So this is rag paper. It's really quite robust. And the colored edge, that's natural. I did not ink that. In the Commonplace book, there was also little paintings. So this was drawn and painted, and then somebody cut it out and glued it in. Then this one was painted right in the book, and the frames are dimensional. It's embossed or debossed, I think, is what you would say on the front, anyway. And on the back, there's some more little verses. This is, and there's lots of colored paper in the book as well. To the Moon. This one's, it says Hastings, 6th of August, 1843. This one has some old lace, and I just stitched on these miniature buttons. And on the other side, there's another fashion plate. This is 1837. So I've written a little description on the back. You may not be able to read it. It's in French. Pretty. They don't make books like this and do these little decorative things, do they? Another book. This is from an old diary. fashion plate and some very old lace. Get up there. And I've done chain stitching around the edge there. On this side, this was pasted in the book. And you just flip open the paper lace and you can see this silk, printed silk. It lifts up but it doesn't come out. You can see the silk's been glued to this paper lace. So I think that's pretty special. There doesn't seem to have been, yeah, maybe there was another piece that folded over. It's got a little bird in each triangle. Again, more watercolor. Isn't that gorgeous? And it's demonstrating, you know, the sort of fashion of the day. Look at her hair. Whoever painted this was extremely talented. Her eyes are exquisite. Just lovely. And, you know, how they did the lace veil. Another old piece of trim. And this, it says notes. And it starts May 17th, 1831. Gave my note to Hiram Quimby for $100. So as he paid things, he marked it off. And it goes up to October 1838. New York Observer. Paid for New York Observer $5. Not sure. Anyway, this is the genuine article. This starts 1831 and ends in 38. This one starts in 31, ends in 34. So, and it, the paper, you just, this is nearly 200 years old. And I was thinking about that, this book being 1834. That was before Queen Victoria ascended to the throne. This is a membership book from a church. I've just put this little paper clip so this doesn't fall out. So this is dated Boston, September 16th, 1848. Mr. Brown to estate of Hannah Smith. To 1 month's rent of part of house. Number 3 Orange Street. Harriet Smith. So it's a rent receipt. I mean, now I'm interested to know where's Orange Street in Boston, or if it's even still there. Another beautiful piece of lace that I've cross-stitched down there. And another fashion plate. This one is 1840. I had that pinned in there. Congenial Spirits. You know, another generation or two, there won't be anybody that can read this. This one says, Remember Me. Here it says Boston, November 1st, 1849. Brown to N.H. Clouston to rent of part of house. I can't make out much more of that. So that just fits in that pocket. And again, these are genuine. I bought these at an antique market. A little German book. This is a Latin text. A couple more little receipts. This one, brown. This one's 1848. Looks like you got 5 pounds of rye meal and 5 pounds of flour. So rye meal was 10 cents and flour was 20. This is 1845. Mr. Ezekiel W. Weber to Andrew Waller to sawing and splitting 2 cord of wood, to 2 hours 30 minutes work on boards and planks, to getting 2 boards of wood with the bedders, not sure, to 1 hour work on boards. So that was 1846 was the last one. He did an hour work for 12 cents. And I did not cut these. These are the way that they came to me when I purchased them. This is a little pencil drawing, and it is signed. Langport. I wonder if that's a place or if that's a signature. This had a little tear in it, so I stitched it. It's beautifully done though. And that is, it's not a print, that's an original. Here, what do we have here? Oh, another Boston. To H.W. Dickinson to 69 quarts milk, 5 cents per quart. Received payment. 69 quarts of milk. He must have had some cows. This is tatted trim here. See, that one's blank. You could write on that. Wouldn't it be fun to write on rag paper? Latin text. This is from an old music book. All right, prepare yourselves. This is a letter. This was the wax seal that held this closed. And it's an invoice. It's in French. And it's dated 1837. I'm not sure. Could be. I have no idea. So it's got to be September, October, November, December, because it ends BER. But what is this X? Or maybe it's a D. I don't know. Now the reason some of this ink is brown is because it's rusted. There was iron. You can see the paper is stuck there and torn from the bottom because of the wax seal. So I confirm to you my letter of and this also has a watermark. It says Delamar Martin Didier à Paris. So this would have been jammed in here and then wax. This wax would have sealed it. Isn't that gorgeous? Here's another sketch someone did. It says Mystical Violets, and it has, oh, the butterfly. I think the butterfly's glued on. Yeah, look at that. It's been glued on so that the wings are, oh my gosh, that's fantastic. Some more crocheted lace. All blank on the back. The Banks of the Danube. This is JCS 1835. On the banks of the Danube, oh, let me live lonely. And here's another watercolor, the interior of a church. And this is some water. It's interesting, it's all done in shades of brown. But you can really see the technique that was used by the artist building up the layers when it's all in this monochromatic paint. On Life and Death. Forget thee. Here's a little forget me not. And like some of it has been like toll painting, you know what I mean? So there's layers of paper on layers, like the little buds are glued down, and then the green. It's really, really cute, quite interesting. Forget me not. Cheap books. This one says April 1836. High Street. SP on High Street. On the flower forget-me-not. There is a little modest flower. To friendship was dear. 'Tis nourished in the humble bower and watered by a tear. Even there's two tiny lines drawn between each stanza. And again, here's the original back paper inside cover, and some vintage lace. So I hope you thought that was interesting to see all those different page papers and what was some of the things that were written in this book and some of the additional pieces. I'm going to list this for sale, and if you are interested in purchasing it, it is on my Etsy shop. The link is below. This was an extremely expensive book to purchase, and the documents that are in it were not cheap. So it will be priced accordingly, but I hope that won't prevent the right person from wanting to own this this book. And yeah, I'll just shut up about that. I think it's worth it. All right, you take care. Hopefully we will be back soon. I do have an Etsy shop update. Hopefully I will get to that. Tomorrow's Friday. Hopefully I'll get to that by the weekend. All right, take care. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.